it wasn't important for me to hang up the hat, but it is, I mean, literally it is my last Indiana Jones movie. I'm not to be tempted to do another. And I wanted it to feel that way.
What are you doing here?
Well, I wasn't looking for a sense of closure. I was just looking for a sense of roundness in the story of Indiana Jones.
Well, the city of Tanis is one of the possible resting places of the Lost Ark.
The Lost Ark?
What does it say? It says, this summer's hottest hero, but a new poll says, you don't know his name. And I'm sure that's true, because you took a poll, and you found that people did not know my name. I thought this was a good leg up, and I thought the film was great, and I was working with Steven Spielberg. They know his name. And so I thought I was in good hands, and that this represented a kind of progress in my career.
Who is this man?
I'm her godfather.
Related.
Get back.
Since I had aged, the character needed to age, and we needed to acknowledge his age, and we had not, in the previous 4 films, age had not reached the point where it's worthy of consideration. You know, we're just telling stories. But I think when you get to be my age, it's worth considering age, because it has to color the story, otherwise the story doesn't make sense.
I'm retiring.
Well, in that case, what are we drinking?
And I'd always wanted to see him when he did not have his youth, when he had become disillusioned, jaded perhaps, tired, and to see him rally for a last adventure.
Han Solo. I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon. Chewie here tells me you're looking for passage to the Alderaan system.
Yes, indeed. If it's a fast ship.
Fast ship? You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon?
Well, a friend of mine, Dean Tavlaris, who was the art director for Francis Ford Coppola, had designed an entrance to Francis's new offices at Goldwyn Studios. He couldn't. It was made he designed it. It was built in the studio's mill, but he couldn't find a carpenter to install it. And when he finally ran out of options, he called me and asked if I would do it. I said I would do it, but I would only work at night because I didn't want to confuse the people that used that place as an office. I didn't want them to be confused about whether I was an actor or a carpenter. For them, I wanted them to think of me as an actor, not as a carpenter, which I was that morning, sweeping up and finishing up my job when George and Richard Dreyfuss walked in, even though George had said that he wasn't going to use, let agents know that he wasn't going to use anybody from American Graffiti. He was looking for new faces. So we chatted a bit, and that was probably the beginning of how I got to be in Star Wars.
Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million.
A couple of weeks later, I was asked if, by Fred Roos, George's casting director, if I would read with other actors, help them out. And I would be off camera and I would read with all the other actors that were testing for other parts. I was very happy with the results.
Aww. You're making a mistake.
Hey, hey.
Boo.
Great movie, I was really pleased. Striking thing about it is I think we had 4 weeks of pre-production, which is incredibly short for a film like that. Peter went off to research the Amish and I went off to research the police. We met 2 weeks later, told each other what we'd learned and rewrote the script, and 2 weeks later we were shooting the movie. Tom Clancy never liked me in the part. He thought I was too old, and I think he had some other objections, but I don't remember what they are.
I didn't kill my wife! I don't care!
It's the 30th anniversary this year, actually, of Fugitive. And I've been in touch with our director, Andy Davis, who directed the film. There was a very nice article written about it in Empire magazine. I was really pleased, interested in reading people's perception about it now.
Get off my plane.
The kick-ass president is what Clinton called me. Trump actually said that it was his favorite president in movies. Enough said.
I took this boat and these men to the edge because we need to know where it is. These 120 men are a crew now because they achieved something together that they did not think they could do.
I enjoyed that film very much. It was tough, another tough movie. Catherine Bigelow directed it. We got to work with Liam Neeson, many other wonderful young actors, and shot in Russia, St. Petersburg. Real interesting job. Enjoyed it.
I was passing a sandlot. Little white boy was up at bat. You know what he was doing? Sitting on a fastball. He was pretending he was you.
I'm not a crazy sports fan, but I understood the human relationships. I knew the story of the character I was playing. Chadwick was amazing. He's just a sweet, generous person and a fantastic actor. Really invested in everything that he did to the fullest extent. And it's so sad to lose him so early in his life.
Get out of here.
This is my office.
It took you longer than it should have.
I was very enthusiastic about the script that Brett Goldstein brought to me for Shrinking. Thought it was great. I thought the character was great. I love doing comedy. Love being around the making of comedy. I think more people come up to me and break the barrier with a stranger without wanting anything, just wanting to say, hey, Shrinking. They don't want a selfie, they don't want anything, they just want to talk about the product, the show.
You attack my family. It's going to be the last thing you ever do.
Relatively tough job. It's out in the weather, in period costume. I remember Helen and I standing on a hillside when the wind chill factor had reduced the temperature to -21 below zero, and Tim Dalton had a 3-page monologue. It's cold.